What's up, guys? This is Pedro Cotto from 10 Second Sermon, and I'm here. We were talking about why Jesus, and this week something happened. If you're into any kind of news, you would know that what happened in Orlando is extremely sad. We are not just terribly sorry, but we are also extremely heartached, and it hurts to see people dying. It hurts to see people being suffering, and families suffering for the loss of their children and friends and families. And it's just a horrible thing that has happened. And we just want to say out there that whoever you are, we are with you. We are aching with you on that. Someone said something extremely interesting in a post on Facebook or Instagram where they say, pray for Orlando. And if you have no religion, choose love. And again, repeating the words, pray for Orlando. What's interesting to me, though, is that who are we praying for? Who are we reaching out to? We assume, we have the premise that prayer is a good thing, and we also have the premise that there's something out there that can answer our prayers. We assume that by praying there is a hope that comes with it. What is in the reality that we're reaching out to? Who is it that we also can assume that it is a person that we're reaching out to, because he has the ability to choose whether it's going to help us or not. He has the ability to answer to us and relate to our suffering. I think it's interesting how this personal, all-powerful being has revealed himself in the Bible as God, and we can logically assume and conclude that there is this God out there. We also assume, and he said that choose love. My question is, what if his religion, this guy and this group of people that have done this, what if on their religions, on their side, on their worldview, they did this out of love? To what standard are we looking for love? To what standard are we answering from love? What is the standard that we're using to come with love? Why do we assume that love is a good thing? We assume that there has to be one worldview, there has to be one absolute truth, because relativity will take us to the thought that, well, maybe he was doing this because on his worldview he was right. And if that's so, then we have no right to say that he was wrong. We have no right to condemn him for doing that, because in his worldview he was right. So there has such thing as an absolute truth, and we assume and conclude that love is a good thing. There's a difference between good and bad, and we assume that. So we assume that because we also can assume and conclude that there is a lawgiver, someone that gave that. And we can assume that this powerful personal being is also a lawgiver because we respond to him. And that's already inside of us. These thoughts are already inside of us. We just choose not to somehow respond to that because we're afraid to lose control, because we're afraid to say that there is something out there, someone out there that I have to respond to or would love to respond to. You see, Jesus has revealed himself in Scripture as that God, as that person that we can relate to and respond to and ask in times of suffering. We did a video on suffering. Why is Jesus this one guy that responds to suffering in such an amazing way? Because he stays and he stays with us. He connects with us in a suffering. He not only suffers with us, but he came down to suffer not just with us, but for us. And I think that's amazing. That's why we choose Jesus over time. I pray for your family that's being touched, that's being relating to this. And I pray for everyone that's just by themselves, that hopefully we can get and turn to this God to pray, to this personal being that actually answers us. And it's not just an energy out there. I pray that Jesus will not only comfort our hearts, but meet us right where we are so we can get to know him and live the truth life. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you next time.